Alright, good morning everyone. I've been working on a base, and this is going to be the basement, which is why I used shinglings shamelessly. They don't look the greatest, but I don't mind. The reason I use them is they have an interesting property regarding their structural integrity. Let me make one real quick and I'll show you their stats, as it were. Okay, now you notice it only uses 4 planks. That's a good point. It also has a 24 by 5, which means that it has a weight of 5 and a load of 4. And 5 times, or 24 divided by 5 goes in 4 times, which means it can support a spar of 4 blocks. If I had 4 of them and I put a 5th on, the 5th one, they would all fall, but it could hold 4, which is not bad. But other blocks, such as wood frames, can do 6, because 36 is a multiple of 6 times. The metal trussing is even greater, but for 4 planks, that's not bad. It's actually not bad at all. And you notice that the mass is 5. What that means is that the metal trussing here doesn't have to support as much weight. It's enough to hold up this floor, which is good, but it's less so that it's not holding up as much weight. So this is 25 blocks, so that means that not the trussing, the scrap iron frames are actually holding up 25 less, let's say, pounds. This is a good thing. This means that it can hold up more walls or more furniture. And that's the same reason why, if you look down there on my garden, I used awnings. Awnings only use 1 pound. So, since I'm using rows of dirt, I'm offsetting using a filler of only 1 pound. And besides, it only uses cloth. Out there, it's beyond my render distance, but that's actually full of cotton. I don't need cotton anymore. I actually love to raid the campgrounds. Take apart those tents. You'll get all the cloth you could ever want. Anyway, onto my base, which I decided to make it really high. I'm probably going to extend this further, make more platform-type bases. I've found that at this height, not necessarily this height specifically, but when I was up here, I noticed that zombies cannot detect me. They simply can't. Even if I shoot them in the face, well, maybe they'll be hunted, but the rest of them won't be able to locate me, as it were. I'll be sensed, but that's it. Because I shot something. They heard the sound, but they don't know where it's coming from. I'm too damn high. I left this scaffolding here. That's actually marking a support pillar. It'll help me make sure I don't overload. I was thinking this would make a nice crow's nest for sniping and such. This is a road to get to a ramp for my little mini bike garage. It's up off the ground. Actually, right down there is a mine shaft that I've been working on a little bit. It's a rough draft. I don't really like the dip down and then the dip back up. I actually filled it in a little bit because it was 2 down and 3 up. But the road really helps me line up the jump to get across the gap and onto the platform. Very helpful. I like the stairs. You'll notice that it's just the half platforms. I'm disappointed that despite them using half the block space, there's still the same weight and strength regimen. So using ramps like this actually uses twice as much weight per lateral block, because you're also going up 1. So it's 1 block there and then 1 on top of it. And don't forget that these old fences actually have a weight of 6. So that's 12 for 2 of them to make a nice railing like that. And then there's 40 for a total of 52 per lateral block. So if you can do a lateral spar of just a regular row out to, I think 16 is the most you can do for a bridge, which is, a spar is half of a bridge in my vocabulary. But since you're going up 1 and over 1, and that's 2, that means you can do maybe a spar of 8, and probably less since there's 12, and then there's the candles as well. I don't know what their mass is. So a total of 52. I figure you should be able to do 7 or 8. I think I did 8. I was thinking you might be able to do 10 on a spar, but I think I nixed it down to 8. Either way, I don't want to fall, because this garden actually broke twice on me during its construction. I had it out at a 3-block overhang beyond the 4 support pillars, and I think it was supported, and I think that a zombie or 2 spawned on it and overloaded its weight, and it collapsed while I was nearby. So I reduced it down to 2, and it's been stable since. Alright, I'm not sure what else I should say. The chests here are mostly categorized, but it's not its final form. This lowest platform was my original place. I could mention some things regarding, like, base entry. For example, zombies cannot jump. They simply can't. Whereas you just need to sprint. Zoop! Oops. And you can sometimes fall. But a 1 meter gap, which actually I should probably remove this candle. That might count as a block, and the zombies can walk across it. But normally, yeah, sprinting, you can actually sprint past a 1 meter gap. The zombies, if they do track you, will kind of come here and then fall off. And then climb back up the stairs and either stay here and twitch out at you, and you actually are just within range of each other, so you can bap them from here without them getting to you, and you can just get out of range. It's really great. Well, except for the cop zombies. Those will spit at you happily. Actually, they'd probably explode at this range. But for most zombies, it's a great little in and out base, because they can't jump. Later, I do want to test a ladder juke, as I'm going to dictate it. I want to see whether or not zombies can strafe across multiple ladders horizontally, because I know that it's easy enough to put 3 ladders tall in a horizontal section and see and get up and down. For example, this ladder here is too wide. I can go from here. Okay, so I can't go horizontally, but I can go sort of like that, which means I'm definitely going to want 3 or 4 high at least. But I can do that. I want to see what a zombie will do. Alright, now since I went right past that candle, that's probably not a solid block at all, in which case I shouldn't need to worry about the zombies walking on the candles as they go across. Alright, I hear a zombie. I'm going to lure him over and show you what they do when they're met with a gap they can't jump across. Tracking. Okay, over here. Oh, zombie! Come here, girl. Yes, I need your help with something. There's another one over there. So I have a plan in mind for some videos. I think it'll be an interesting little challenge. We'll call them challenge games. The rules, as I figure, will be you have 7 days to complete an objective. The objective could vary, and there could be multiple objectives. One might be acquire a sniper rifle before day 7. Or one could be achieve the highest skill level. And you could be scored on... Or it could be a more generalized one, and you just receive a score based on what you're able to accomplish. Like, kill 1,000 zombies. Or you could get points per zombie kill, and then you just tally up all the points based on what variables you receive, and that'll be it. And maybe people can do some games themselves. Where is she? I hear you. Footsteps. There you are. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost you in a... Okay, that wasn't handy. And she's probably gonna... Yep. Fell off the edge. Because dumb. And now we get to watch their slow pathfinding geniusness. Unfortunately, all the local zombies are of the slow speed category. I haven't really classified them yet, but you notice that there are two distinct speeds, like the nurses always come last along with the fat men. Now, these guys sometimes move a good bit faster than others, whereas those are a good bit slower. They're kind of nurse speed. Alright, so you're up, Stum. And... So you did snag me, because I was close enough, but he also fell off. It's alright. I have, I managed to make myself some 600 quality armor. I'm proud of that. The chest piece I had to make about 10 different times. And he's back for more! Hello, sir! You get a bonk on the head! Actually, I should have killed her. And there's the other thing that they'll do. They'll kind of pathfind up here and then start wigging out as they do. And they're just within range. Come over here, loot them, and jump back, and you're safe again. I find it doesn't work well for hordes, so don't expect this to survive the ultimate horde. A lot of the zombies will end up starting to break the support pillars. It'll probably fail. Not to mention the cop zombies will come up here and spit in your face. I have found that dog zombies don't pathfind up here at all. I've never had a dog up on the ramp wigging out on me. They tend to go for the support pillars below. That's not a really big problem, because, yeah, I like trunk tips. I will shamelessly use the crap out of them. I've also found that the scrap iron siding is great. It does take up the full block, which means that the block above this spike is occupied. A gore block cannot occupy this space. And thankfully the gore block won't override that space and remove this. The other thing it does is that this takes 3 hits from a steel pick. So it's good durability. It's a good extra armor for any support pillars. I really enjoy using it, as you can see with this. I kind of went overboard with the spikes. I've not yet filled them all in, but as you can see, I probably could. I've been working on this. I've noticed that the cactus do a respectable amount of damage, and so I've left them in place where they are beneficial to my cause. The other thing is they don't seem to attack the cactus, which is a key feature that I've observed. If they don't attack the object, they won't destroy the object. Ergo, this side is protected by this cactus. So they can't get at this side because the cactus is in the way, and they'll probably, if anything, move to a different side. That's fine by me. It means free damage without the risk of destruction. Alright, I think that's all for my base. A closer look at the runway. I decided to use the checkering here, if anything, as a guide. You know, it also looks kind of neat. I was thinking about using a contrast block on this runway, but I'm not sure if I will. and I will probably also modify this access edge here. But I found that by the time I get here, there's enough distance from where I am now to the jump to align the bike properly so that I can get a good leap. And I do have a habit of checking zombie corpses and killing them indiscriminately. Habits are good to form, and once you form them, don't unform them. So, I'm going to continue killing these bugs. With smacks to the face. I believe part of the reason I've wanted to formulate this habit of killing and looting, I didn't get my crossbow schematic till day 53. And you notice it's day 62. And of course, at day 62, I already have a blue sniper rifle, I already have a purple spiked club, and pretty much everything else I could want, except the damn crossbow. So I hardly even used the thing. The other thing I didn't get till very late game is I didn't get any of these. How do you make a mold without one of these? I don't think I made any steel arrows. I found all of these. I haven't really used them. But it took forever to find a steel arrowhead. They're just really uncommon. I actually found a lot of loot either really early or really late. The crossbow being one example. The spike club schematic was until day 45-ish. It was kind of a pain not being able to make one. It's actually one of my favorite weapons. The entity damage is so damn high. Anyway, that will do for this video. I hope you all enjoy, and stay tuned for the challenge videos. The what can I do in 7 days? Because, you know, 7 days to die makes perfect sense. Maybe one of the main goals will be survive the day 7 horde and see how few times you can die. That'll be fun, right? Alright, see y'all later. Bye!